Welcome back to the Mr. London Plumber Show, where we talk about plumbing and all types of issues. Today, we're going to be deep diving into 5-day courses and what I think about them as a tradesperson, someone who is qualified and been in the industry for over 21 years. I talk on these things because I've been a lecturer and I know what it's like to be in the classroom. I have been doing that for the last 10 years. Anybody can look me up online. You'll see articles, you'll see the things what I've done, and you'll see how passionate I am about learning plumbing and making sure people do it in the right capacity. I'm not against, people learning a skill. I'm against the misleadingness of telling someone you can go out there and you can earn money, right? So I've told you my credentials and what I kind of think about 5-day courses. They could also be harmful as well because people don't have the understanding of a risk assessment or looking at something and assessing the risk and seeing if I turn the water up here, it could scald somebody's skin. If I drill through this type of wall, I don't know if it's asbestos. I don't know what it is. So this whole health and safety thing is a necessary thing. Maybe when I first started plumbing, I thought this is a bit jarring, it's a bit annoying. But no, you need to know these things because you're being harmful to yourself and others. So that's why I wanted to make this video. The risk which we all face going into properties, different types of dwellings, and not understanding what we need to do to work safely is one thing. Another thing is homeowners, like they could claim against you as a tradesperson because you're not qualified and you don't know what you're doing. So you create another ball of risk when it comes to workmanship and guaranteeing your work because you're not qualified as a person to do what you need to do, but you think it's okay to pick up a couple of screwdrivers or do this or tighten something up. Yeah, kudos. I'm all up for people earning and learning. Maybe if someone was a handyman, a DIY person, they wanted to brush up and learn some skill sets, maybe they might go down that route because they might not realize that if it was for them or not. What I think people should do is it's a good introduction to understanding what plumbers do. Yeah, because I think we all think it's just tightening up a few bolts and just doing, it's not that. It's never has been that. I think people create this bubble behind being a plumber as in like, oh, once you know what to do, you could just get on with it. There's many plumbers that will go to loads of jobs and not know what the fuck they are doing. Yeah, excuse my French, but it's just the truth. I've been to countless amount of jobs and they've had 5-6 people there. I'll be there in an hour. Know what it is. Tell the people what they need to do next or what I think is the next steps. And normally, 99% of the time I am right. I do my due diligence, I do my checks, I speak to other people who are also qualified within the industry so I could get an insight whether it's like a draining issue which I'm not so familiar on, but I know the procedures what I should go through, and if I speak to someone who does it every single day, they can obviously guide me in the right type of way and not send me down a foolish rabbit hole which is just going to allow my customer to think I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. So another thing I want to say to people, small shortcuts like these courses, they're a shortcut. There's no shortcut for a real life apprentice. Seek and find out an apprentice place where you can go to and get a full-time education from them because it's priceless. I've been saying this the best part of 20 years of my experience because I done a modern day apprenticeship. I learned so much when I was there, but I still had 8 to 10 years to find out more experience and stuff which I need to know, which I've never seen before working with the people who I've worked with. It's not to say that they didn't show me everything, but because it's impossible for everyone to show you everything, right? That's one thing I do want to say. Develop your skills over the years, because you'll be sharp like a sword when it comes to coming onto a job and understanding, I've got my plumbing hat on, I know what to do. Another thing I want to say is about, I'm not against this learning thing and you learning, progressing your skills and understanding what a plumber does. I just understand that For us who have went through the years of experience while being at college, the years of experience while being on the tools, I mean, the stuff what you learn there is priceless. I mean, nobody couldn't really pay you back. You couldn't pay someone back for helping them start a trade which could feed your life forever, right? You're always going to need plumbers. And I feel that a lot of people rush to these things because they see it as a money maker. Oh, it's a quick way to make a fix. I know to myself, it's unrealistic to tell people that, oh, when you do this course, you'll be able to make X amount of money. I'm still waiting for the proof. I've always been waiting for the proof of someone who can actually do that. Again, I told you I'm not against people doing these courses. I just know that it creates this illusion which people think, oh, I'll jump on a plumbing course, might be a 5-day one, and I'll be able to go out there and start doing work. You won't. Just because of the range of work which people put towards people. I get it. If you say to yourself, I'm only changing taps, okay, you could flood a property just from changing a tap by not being able to turn off the isolation valve properly. I know that. Most people will tell you that's probably never going to happen. But in this world of something happening when you're at work, anything and everything does happen when you're on the tools. If you don't know what you're doing, you either have a low standard of work or you have no standard. Do you get it? And this is just a message which I wanted to put out there to people, because I do see people message me, ask me, oh, what do you think about these 5-day courses? What do you think about doing a short course? I would tell a lot of people, don't bother with it. Well, something what sounds like it's too good to be true. I was brought up in the time when it is too good to be true. So guess what it is? Don't do it. Save yourself the time, the hassle, and the ag. I've worked at private training centres, yeah? And there was only maybe 2 or 3 people out of a class of 26 who would actually go on to be a plumber and actually understand how to do work. Whether they're still doing plumbing now or doing it today, I don't know. But the coursework what you do and also the practical work which you need to do as assessments to be able to qualify for a plumber prepares you for the journey of the long road of being a plumber. It just takes time. It's not something you can just rush and jump into. It's not IT, you know. And I've seen this for so many times when I've went round to people's properties and I've looked at stuff and I've said, oh, didn't you spot that out to that person? That person's not a plumber, so they know nothing about that. They just know that the floor is wet and this is the drain and the gully outside their house, and they don't know why it's happening, and it gets a mad smell. But someone who understands how a house is laid out, understands that the drainage system goes into the main drains, you understand the process and how it works. Therefore, for you to be able to identify a problem, you'd be able to do it like that. Those who haven't got that experience can't do it like that. And you kind of need that experience in general to be able to be going out to properties, looking at problems and diagnosing them and making sure you get them right. I can't tell you the amount of times that people have said, oh, I had like 3 or 4 plumbers come. Okay, that's cool. I can't tell you the amount of times that I've went to jobs and I've seen that someone hasn't topped up the boiler and they're wondering why they haven't got a lot of pressure upstairs or why the water doesn't come out fast out of the taps. That's something a customer would say, fast, when they're talking about pressure or flow rate, but they will use those words. Oh, there's no pressure, there's no flow rate, has the boiler got enough pressure? It's only on the hot tap? These are the things which I know when I go to jobs, because I'm thinking like a plumber. I don't think like an ordinary person. I have to just keep reiterating that because it's the truth. There's many times when people will come to jobs and they'll just think like a normal being, be like, oh, like that's not working, this, oh, so it's that. Really? How did you get to that fault? I don't like to critique people too much because that's not what my channel is about. It's critiquing people. It's about creating a narrative which is honest and truth. And the honest and the truth thing is that you can't do them types of courses and think that you're going to fly by in this industry. Doesn't work like that. Doesn't work like that. So my thoughts is get yourself a full-time apprenticeship, go to college, get the years of experience, and don't cheat the game, because that's how the game is. You won't cheat it to be getting on top of it. It doesn't work like that, and I won't accept anyone who tells me that it does work like that. So I'd like to know if you have thought about doing a course, like a 5-day course or something like that, and you know, you're just curious about it. So I would like to answer people's messages in the comment section, so please do leave a comment underneath this video, whether you're interested in a course or you thought about doing it and you've never had a conversation with someone who is a plumber like myself, with the experience what I have got. And what I would suggest, you know, because I guess having this platform, it allows me to connect with a lot of people who have aspirations of being a plumber and want to get into the industry and want to be stable in it, because it is a stable industry where you can make a lot of money, but it's what you know and it's not what you're doing, because you could be doing the wrong things and not knowingly that you should be doing the right things. So if you're here to join me on this channel and this journey where I pump out content, good quality stuff, I think about my videos before I do them, make sure you like, share and subscribe, and turn your notifications on, and let me know when the bell drops. So I'm dropping these new videos. I drop them weekly, so I'll see you there.